slow. This is not Meet the Polymaker. You'd think I would turn that off, but you know, here I am, and here you are. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday stream, Community Chat with Joel. Of all the things, you think I'd come up with something more creative than Community Chat with Joel, but I just call it how I see it, and that's what this is. This is me talking to people like Jupiter Robotics, 23 Blue Dude, GTR Dad's RC Workbench, Potential, Pezliz, Icarus Links, CGS Creations, Black Locust Farms, Dead-Eyed D8, Sean Doan 03, Jan 52573, Tulsa Skin, Nightwolf 78, AFM 380, Camaro 45th, Netventive, Mackem 90 there, 3D, not even a 9 in there. Timothy Burbridge, Sissy Kid, Frostbite 3D, LL Dooley, Tech Huskies, Maker Viking, Philip Hoyt, Builder's Mark, and anybody else that comes in after this. But at least I think I covered everybody that's here right now. Appreciate you coming in and saying hello, letting me know how awesome you are. Appreciate that. Even though, you know, it does give you a little incentive to do so, but even if the spool wasn't there, you're still awesome. Even if you're not saying it every day, which you should. Every morning, look in the mirror. I'm awesome. Because you are. And that just makes a more positive start to the day. Even if it's not fully, maybe it's a rough day, you don't really fully, truly feel it. Know that you are, even if you don't feel it. Stephen Poole 68, welcome in. Yes, hello everybody. So today's stream brought to you by Polymaker, 3D printing filament for all your colors and desires. I am limited. I have a call at 9, so I had some things I had to finish up, so I didn't get to start at 7, which has been kind of the norm lately. I probably need to start at 8 anyway. I think it brings more people in, because then at least the West Coast people are getting off of work and can tune in if they see fit, and if they don't, that's fine too. But either way, I have to watch the time. I do have a meeting at 9, and it's about some cool stuff I can't really talk about yet, but hopefully we're getting a ball rolling somewhere. And don't say merch. It's not merch. Before anybody even says it, no, it's not a meeting about merch. It's something else very cool, though. The future of product. Let's say that. How's the Super Joel doing? You know, I've been better, but I'm getting my energy back. I still have a cough that you'll probably hear me mute and turn off and cough every now and then, but that's why I'm drinking as much water. Try to keep the throat hydrated. But other than that, I'm doing great. Way better than I was a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at this point. So thank you for asking. Howdy, Joel. Feeling positive every day. K2 Kevin, you should. And some days are more rough than others. It's I'm not saying it's cakewalk to be like happy, hunky-dory every single day, but even on the worst of days, remember you're still awesome. You're here for a reason. Whether you found the reason or you're still searching for it, there's a reason. You are here, and that's good. All of you are here. Lots of you, just like K2 Kevin, which I mentioned his name, Collie. I am a fan of delicious flavor. Dr. Boomstick, Bearded Printer, Numeric 1871, Hobby Main, Jedi Spidey, Bailey Just Bailey, Zombie Hedgehog, Bearded Printer. I think I already said that. I was trying to scroll up here. Get off of my notifications. There we go. Oh no, actually I'm behind. I need to scroll down. Collie 72, which is the same as Collie over on YouTube, I can only assume. 10 Talon, welcome in. Alicia, welcome in. Wick Central. I just read that as Wiki Central. Like you're the headquarters of Wiki. Be pretty cool if you were. Bagman 57, welcome in. Excited to get the new Pet G. Let's talk about it. So Pet G. Some people, a lot of you probably haven't ever even. Oh, and Sheezy, I just seen your name in there too. Welcome in. Some of you may have never printed with Pet G. A lot of times, the big thing, at least early into it, I mean, even now with some of the Pet Gs, is it's susceptible to moisture. So if you don't dry it, it can become very stringy. But it does have a little bit higher temp ratings. Has a little bit of flexibility to it, not like a TPU, of course, But if you've ever used our Polymax PLA, it's a little more ductile. Some other more scientific tech data sheets into PETG, I'm not going to get into it, because let's look at real case, real stuff that matters. This PETG, and it's already been proven in some tests and everything, and internal testing, it has amazing layer adhesion. If you're not sure what that means, the layers stick to layers, which causes a good amount of strength, making it harder to separate. So if you're going to get a break, typically on this PETG, especially this PETG, you're going to get a break through the print, not on the layers. It's not going to separate layers. So that's good for many reasons, whether the thing that you're printing, the size of what you're printing, how well it's going to be able to support itself very well. Other thing about this, the two big factors, strength and then speed. This stuff prints, whenever we put out like what it prints at, just know that's a low ball thing, because not everybody's printer is the same. Some people have different printers. We're not able to test every single printer with every material we release. That would be awesome, but that's what we have the wiki for. And I think they're working still on be able to get submitted profiles, but again, to be able to test these profiles, we're limited. So you can play with it yourself if you wish to. You can, we'll say, overclock the speeds for printing this material and still get a consistent finish and a great print. I'm not going to tell you the max numbers, because I'm not going to be the one that's like, oh, Joel said I could print at this and I tried and it looks like this. No, play with it. Stock, what we recommend is what we recommend. That's going to get you a guaranteed, great print, unless there's other factors that, change things up. But it prints fast. And one thing too is when we're testing these, it's not, a lot of times it used to be looked at, and I'm not saying our testing, but just as general, as a community or as a consumer, speed is, it's 500 millimeters per second, the travel speed, but then you get the infill speed and you get the outer wall speed. That's one factor, but we're looking more nowadays at the max volumetric speed or flow. So that is where you can start tuning things up. I think, what is it? I think PLA, or like basic PLA or high speed PLAs, are 18 to 21. I think, don't quote me on that. I'm going off of Bamboo Studio stock settings. This one can go higher. You can print it, play with it. Like I said, if you got something to mess around with and you're just doing some tests, I suggest, if you're the type that likes to play around with profiles and see what you can get out of it, I think you'll be impressed. So this is the one time, and not that I wouldn't ever recommend using PETG. There's uses for all the materials. I recommend trying it. If you win a spool of filament through this stream, another stream, whatnot, try it. Just try a spool. If you don't like it, it's not your thing, you can go back to PLA, whatever you're printing with. But if you get a chance to try it, and right now, honestly, even if you don't win, it is super cheap. The price, number one, is only it's $19.99. It is on sale right now for the release, so it's reduced now. I don't remember. I think $15 or $16.99. I mean, there's no reason not to grab a spool of it. You get free shipping, even if you just do one spool. So again, win some, buy some, try it, give it a shot. Because like I said, even the enclosures ideal if it doesn't work, but I've printed it on an open printer. I've done it on A1 and I've done it on a P1P. I have personally had no problems, but the blues are amazing. Yep, the colors are good. The orange is a good pumpkin orange. Yeah, and now with it too is there's 19 colors that were released, but I can say this because I know that Pete had already said it. Oh, hold on. Load. So 4, 5, 7, 8. Yeah, there we go. Yep. So 19. There is a brown coming. So if you look in there and like, I need a brown for whatever the print may be. Brown is coming. I think is it olive or no, army brown. I probably should look into that. Pete, if you're here, correct me. Pretty sure it's army brown that's coming. And then I did see, I think, yeah, he said it in the general. Let me make sure before I open my mouth too far. I know you guys don't mind. General. Because there was some fun chit chats in the old Discord. And also, mind you, the higher speed printing, like I was talking about, like you can push it kind of past what limits we say. That's with stock bamboo hot ends. That's not a high flow hot end or a special E3D. Could you push it more? Yeah, I won't say you can't. Yes, Army Brown. Okay, and he did announce it. And there are going to be coming in the second batch, but I don't know timeline. 1 to 2 months probably. There's going to be a Army Brown coming, and 4 Galaxy colors. You're going to have Galaxy Black, Dark Gray, Red, and Blue. This is going to be the first time that we've offered Galaxy in Pet G. Pet G has only ever seen standard colors and a few of the translucents. So there might have been another finish that was attempted and it didn't quite turn out. I'll let Pete at some point maybe talk about that if he'd like to. But this is a good product. That's the thing now. Of course, we got a ton in our catalog. So now what we got to look at is, yes, we can add stuff. You know, you can only add so many at a time, but also improving what we got. And one thing that I will say on this is, of course, it's a new formula. The easy way, because it's all under Pet G on our website, the easiest way to know that you're getting the new stuff, this is Polymaker Pet G. Straight, simple, forward, Polymaker Pet G. If you see Polylite Pet G, that is just the old stuff. And it's a good product too, but this is an enhanced version, with the higher speed printing. And again, the layer adhesion, crazy. So you'll see, like I said, you'll see it, and it's marked pretty obvious on the website. When you get to Pet G, it'll say new formula, old formula. But new formula is exactly that. It's the new formula. So I'm very interested. And especially when we have new material like this, if you guys do pick it up and you print something that just is an awesome way to showcase the filament, please share it. You can tag, especially Pete. So Pete, Polymaker Pete on the Discord, is the product manager behind this product. If you share and show off prints, tag him. Tag at Polymaker Pete. And say, hey, I used your Pet G, and give us the feedback. If it's not great, then let us know. And that's we don't know what to improve if we don't hear anybody saying this didn't work for me, I didn't like this. Or if it's great, then just let us know. Hey Pete, you and the team made a pretty awesome product, thank you. Or hey, this is the first time I've printed Pet G. Or maybe it's not, maybe it's the 5th time I printed Pet G and I've never liked it. This is going to make me not mind printing it anymore. So some good uses out there. Let's see here. Let me catch up with what we're talking. I'm curious to see how fast I can push my new Cobra S1. Frostbite, yeah. So every printer's different. The hot ends are different. Everything, like I said. I know Pete really had fun playing with it. I mean, we of course our a team overall tested internally. But Pete was having fun kind of pushing it to its limits, seeing what he can max it out and still get a solid print. So like I said, if he ever wants, maybe if you catch him in the hangout and you're curious, you could probably, probe a little bit, and he'll let you what he printed it at and what it was, if you guys want to test and play around with it. So yeah, but let me go back up here. Gonna need to pick some up. Yep, I missed it. They're gonna redo the formula. So yeah, so I seen the question also asked the Pet GCF or the RCF. Pete did ask in the product chat, asked Troy if there was any update, if he is going to do that. So I don't have an answer yet, but it was asked actually a couple times, I think, and Pete had actually already posted in the team chat. So just watch for I think it was in Discord, and I think it was maybe on the YouTube video. Forget. Everyone needs to own a spool of silver. It's magic. There you go. Straight from Zombie. And Zombie is a Mr. Particular about colors and finishes. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but he is. So if he says it looks good, I had to say he's probably not wrong. Tell me right. I'm not enjoying the colder weather either. We got our first Tony. Oh wait. Oh, you're referring to Tony. Yeah, let's not talk about frost. Ugh. Camaro, Joel, did you catch Chit Halloween? Of course I caught the Chit Halloween episode. I knew where it was going. As soon as he got knocked out by the ladder, I knew where it was going. And it was great. It didn't disappoint. Just fun stuff. And him as the Bumblebee girl. Good stuff. And the thing is, like, all this, like, a lot of what they're doing has been done before in like different shows or skits or whatnot, but it's just still funny. I don't know if it's the look on Chit's face or just the personality overall, yeah, it's good. That's my guy right there, Chit. Here's see how fast I can push my new Cobra. Yeah, okay, so I already said that. Galaxy, yes, excited. It's Galaxy too. there's a bit of Galaxy in there. Gradients would be cool to see as well. We've had that many requests. Panchroma is more what's going to be geared towards gradients. I'm not saying it would never be done with Pet G. Obviously, like HTPLA did get some gradients. So yeah, what's in the pipeline, I can't say, but you never know. I mean, as we've said before, me and Pete kind of coined it as we don't have any Pet G gradients yet, which is true for about anything, because if it's got a marker, we're probably going to have it. Will there ever be a matte Pet G? That has also been a request several times through. That, you know, it's not impossible. Obviously, there's companies that make it, but yeah, I keep poking the Pete bear. Like, Pete, where's our matte? Where's our matte Pet G? And maybe you'll get it. Assuming you saw the teaser for the new Cobra S1 Max. Yes, I did. What size you guys think it's going to be? I mean, we know it's going to be big. We know it's going to be at least 300 cubed. I would only imagine, I could assume it's going to be cubed something. What is your guys' guess on the Cobra S1 Max? 300, 350, a weird number like 372. I mean, who knows? Interesting. What's in the formula? Do you have any filaments that are literally only the plastic colorant, or do they all have additives to help? Piled 3D, that is a good question. I am not the tech guy. I could not answer that question. So that one, I mean, you could probably ask it in general, maybe tag Polymaker Pete. Of course, what we add to it, he's probably not gonna be able to say too much. Yeah, I don't know, like if there's any, I mean, obviously I know the base is all raw material, but is there anything, you know, I guess what's the most vanilla material we have? I'm not really sure. Next is Pet GGF. Hey, again, you never know. We do have a couple more releases left this year, and then we'll lay off your wallets for maybe a month. I knew it was gonna be Chit in the mirror the second. Oh yeah, I was waiting because it kept going back and forth, back and forth. Is it gonna be Chit? It's got to be Chit one of these times. Looking forward to printing my spool of ABS CF. Yeah, we don't have that yet. Or are you talking about the ASA CF? I mean, not that you can't print other material or other brands, but I know if it's us, it's ASA. Starlight's good. Oh yeah, Starlight's. I love the Starlights. Ordered some HTGF and Pet G yesterday. Think Live a day too soon. There's better Pet G. Again, not downplaying the old Pet G, but it's better and it's cheaper. Aloha from Hawaii. Hello, Clayton. Welcome in again. Nice to see you. Maho Jaws, McDude81, and Tink Live. I said your name, but I didn't say hello. Hello. Tony Wright. I don't think I said hello to you or Da Vinci. Charles H. Welcome in. I'm scrolling down now to see. So we're gonna send 400 cube. That would be excellent. A 400 cube Core XY, and enclosed. Yeah. I don't have an S1, so I do have the Cobra 3 and the Cobra 3 Max, and they're good printers. Cobra 3 Max, I've definitely maxed the size out on a couple different things, and it does well. Except when I used luminous rainbow, and that's a very abrasive filament. It does eat through the little orange tunnel thing in the Ace Pro. Whoops, they did send me a whole bag of them though, for free. So that was really awesome of them. Good service. I mean, one time that I've dealt with any cubic service, and it was great. Tech Cheaper 311.258 by 312. You know, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. SB Creations, do it, Jolie. Welcome in SB Creations, and also welcome in Tank. Yes, I had it right. I tried to correct it. Tank, and Ko Nime. KO Name, Jedi Spidey, Sharon P. Welcome. Okay, how's it going? Peekaboo. Peekaboo's always going great. like a rainbow, but transition from material to 501 spool. Does Polymaker perform any UV exposure tests, especially with the new PET G? Carbon Crew 96, welcome in first off. To answer your question, I think we do, but I don't think we do a prolonged UV exposure test. And again, do not quote me on this. I'll have to make sure the product managers, because I know that was one of the questions with like HTPLA, like how well does it do prolonged? How much color does it lose? Does it fade? Does it lose the color completely? I mean, that wasn't testing that we did at the time. I don't know if it's something they're looking into. I should actually, I think we talked about it maybe 3 weeks ago. The plan was to have Pete on here kind of talking with me about PET G. He could answer these questions. And again, I'm not, throwing Pete on the bus here. I forgot to be like, hey, Pete. So Pete, if you're out there and you're watching and you want to talk about PET G at all, let me know. I can bring you in here. What's on my mind this week? A lot. Here, hold on. Let me go back. Ding, ding, ding. Where can we get Polymaker merch that is so clean? I should stop wearing this hat. The hat's not available. It's a one-off. But next year at some point, I don't have a time. I'm not going to tease it at this point. But this is not currently available. But thank you. Finally finished D&D 5e Polymaker themed one shot. I don't know what 5e is. I know D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. But what's 5e? I'm a nerd, but I'm not that type of nerd. But yeah, Builder's Mark, what's on your mind this week? A whole lot. I got a lot of things to finish up the year on with very limited time. Time has flown. Like I was shocked when it already came around to August and it was 1 year with Polymaker. And since then it hasn't slowed down. Just the way that time seems to be flying by. A day full of work feels like I get one thing done and it feels like I spent like 10 minutes on it. So and I've got things done, don't get me wrong. It feels that way often because yeah, there's just a lot of things. So real quick, I'll run down the plans for Polymaker in person at least. I will be at Orlando Maker Fair next weekend. So if you're in the area, stop out at the Orlando Maker Fair. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday. And that'll be a good time. We're sponsoring the Robot Ruckus there again this year. So you'll see us all around the robot battles. I don't think I did any streaming last year. I don't think we had the Pocket 3 yet. So that would have been my excuse. I think the Pocket 3 we bought at the beginning of this year. I do plan on taking it. I don't have a booth. I don't have any anything that's going to pull me into to keep me completely. I don't want to say I'm not going to be busy. I'll definitely be busy. I want to take you guys there because some of you have never been to a Maker Fair. Last year was the first time I was ever at a Maker Fair. But I'll be doing some stuff with Joel Telling, David Tobin. They got some really big prints. If you watch Joel Telling's shorts and his videos, big old Galactus. It's not a secret. You can see the parts and pieces there. Big old prints going to be presented there, all printed in Polymaker filament. Again, the Robot Ruckus. Did a couple other things, some fun stuff. Stay tuned for the Monday after. There won't be a stream. What I'm doing, I can't stream it, but there'll probably be some shorts. There'll be some posts. What I can post, I'll share. But that's more of a, I wouldn't say it's personal because I'm there, representing Polymaker, but it's going to be a really fun kind of give back thing. I won't talk much about it because I don't know what I can say. But stay tuned for the Monday after, which is, I don't even know at this point. It is the 10th. November 10th. Keep your eyes on the socials, especially like Joel Telling socials, and Polymaker socials, depending what I can and cannot post. But anyway, I'll be there. Power Series Racing, I believe, is going to be back this year, which is really fun. That is one thing I think would be really fun to show you guys, because I've talked about it before, but it's different seeing it in person. It's basically adults souping up Power Wheels, some printing their whole bodies and designs with them. They're all themed. There was Totes My Goats, which was one I was a fan of, and it was just one of those black and yellow totes that you get at like Lowe's or Home Depot. And the cart was the guy sitting inside the tote, and then they had a goat on the front. He wired it up with IR sensors and had an IR gun that I think maybe he had multiple. He at least had one, maybe multiple. he'd hand out to the audience that were, you know, watching the races, and when you go by and you'd shoot him, it would do the whole that goat scream. That it was hilarious. But they all have fun. They're like great friends, but they battle it out. They race each other. They'll smack into each other. It's good fun. So I think between that, showing guys some of the actual like the plastic ant robot battles will be fun. So there's definitely a lot to show there. I just need to make it a point to do it. So that is one thing that we'll be present at. We will be then at Formnext 2 weeks later. That's the 18th, 19th, and 20th. Formnext in Germany. Again, plan on doing streams there. I might actually might be full professional, and I'll have a camera lady there. That would be my wife. So that will be ideal. We'll get some time. I don't know what the schedule looks like yet for booth duties and all that, but I'll have time because they usually split the days up. I don't think we're gonna have a live stream like we did at Rapid, but we'll do some fun stuff there because that's another. If it's like I'm pretty sure pretty much it's Rapid times a million. It's huge with different levels and all this stuff. So if you see us go live, I'll try to get a more set down time so I can schedule it and actually let you guys know, because that's going to be one of those things where I'm not going to be able to go back and forth a lot because it's going to be a lot of walking from there all the way over there to over there. And this guy, he's not in shape, and 2 weeks to exercise, that's not going to do it. So yeah, so we'll be at Formnext, and then after that, I might be showing up somewhere, but we'll see. Let's see here. Let me go through real quick. I'm never making big multicolored dragon ever again. Dr. Broomstick. This is the 4th. Oh, you're having some failure. Okay, yeah, understandable. 5th edition rule set. Okay, yeah. See, I'm so smart. Why does it go PLA, ASA, ABS, but a lot of people say PETG instead of PETG? Because I think because it has a word within it. You know, PLA, where you're gonna say pla. I have heard people say pla just for fun. ASA is ASA. ABS is abs. I mean, that could get confusing. I'm gonna go print my abs. Like, what? But a lot of people say PETG. Yeah. So I would imagine just because it's got a word and you can separate it. And you know us, we're all about that convenience of saying stuff shorter and acronyms and whatnot. PETG is 4, PETG is 2. So many meetings, add one with me. Pesliz. You need to be on me on that, Pesliz. Notification every day. Do fit dimension where my mind often drifts away to. I feel you. I'm gonna try to find some folks in the Polymaker Discord in the tabletop maker section to run it live in Discord. Oh, like you mean like run the game? That's we've talked about that before. I think one of the fears was getting Nick involved and pulling him in for way too long, because of course it can be hours upon hours. We've talked about that. But yeah, it would be hard to manage, and then everybody's schedules, especially at least with the Polymaker team. Everybody else you kind of schedule and set up things a little bit easier. I'm registering Polymaker. No, you're using a 0-merch.com. I'm making enough to retire. You know what, Tech Jeeber? As much as everybody's been waiting and demanding merch, when we do finally release it, if we don't make $1 million within the first 12 hours, I'm shutting it down and we'll never do merch again. I expect some heavy support when we get there. What if it's PLA with the sound of a slime? Plah. Like that. Yeah. Also, 3D printing stuff, just make believe. We just have to believe we can make things. Yeah, you don't have to believe now. We can just make things. Let me see here. You can find a list of commands. Okay, check it out. Roller skates and jetpacks will solve that. That for Formnext. The tiny bike. I don't think there's gonna be a tiny bike there, and it wouldn't be. Actually, our tiny bike is in need of repairs. There's some stuff that got broke on at this last event. Not at the event, but the last shipping of the pallet to the warehouse. Nothing major, but it needs a cleanup and a refresh for sure. But hopefully, I don't know if does EU still have a tiny bike there? That'd be ideal, but I don't know how Rapid surprisingly let me get away with using the tiny bike. I think it's because I wasn't being dumb with it. I was just toting around and being respectful. But yeah, I was never stopped or questioned or asked to go put it up. But again, like I said, I think as long as you're not being crazy. I even took it to go grab lunch at the food court inside the building. Need some Polymaker floor rugs and shower curtains. Now we're getting a little bit ridiculous. Everyone's going to be rocking Polymaker hats. They won't need official ones. Tech cheaper. I know where you live, so I will hunt you down. Reprinted 3D. How's it going, Pete? But yeah, so we got the Pet G. We got some events that we talked about. There was something else. Oh, well, we'll share real quick. You know, print wise, have I printed anything fun? I don't know if I shared this last week, but I finally did the whole AI thing and turned myself, turned a selfie into a pop figure. And there's Polymaker Joel pop figure with really big bug eyes. So, I mean, not bad. And I just straight up just told it, make this image into a 3D pop figure image, and then did image to STL on Bamboo Lab or Maker Lab. And yeah, it turned out pretty well. Only thing with these, it's hard to paint things because not everything's objects. And I don't know if I like how buggy the eyes are. Our pop figures aren't usually like that, right? Here, they're usually a little bit, little less prominent. And past that, it's got my big old forehead. It's got the facial hair. I mean, then they got the polo. So, I mean, overall, pretty accurate. Again, I might have showed that last week. I don't know. We can make some Polymaker hats with alcohol-based markers. SB Creations, you're more than welcome to make anything you want for personal use. Polymaker Monopoly. They allow, like, you can create Monopoly boards rather easily now. I don't know the process, but I know like a lot of even small towns have their own Monopoly boards. Usually if you go to Walmart in random cities, you'll find a Monopoly for that city, especially if they have like a big sports presence, it seems. I need to print that pop figure Joel so he can sit on a shelf. Yeah, I could make him into like a bobblehead and just separate it and they're Why does it not have a hat on? Because I don't typically wear a hat. The hat, as I've told people before, the hat is when Joel's feeling lazy in the morning and doesn't feel like doing his hair. So that's what the hat's for. But other than that, for printing wise, what else did you guys print? Because, excuse me, I didn't mute because I wasn't up here. So, check this out, guys. If you come to Form Next, you can get cool stuff like this. Oh, I'm gonna hear that. But so our trick or treat in the small town I live in was actually on Sunday. So last year, and I've talked about this before, is we live out in the country, so we can't hand out. Nobody stops out here for random trick or treat. So when we take the kids trick or treating last year for the first time, I took a bucket and I did a lot of flexies. So what I did, we actually went to we went to Cincinnati Zoo the week prior, and they had Boo at the Zoo, which kind of trick or treat, you could dress up. So I actually originally printed out a handful of, quite a few, just one of their more popular animals. So they have the hippo, where they have Fiona the hippo, if you've ever heard of her. We've got little elephants. They have red pandas. You did a little red panda. My daughter Nora loves the flamingos, so let's get the face off. There's a flamingo. I printed all these and I handed them out to kids at the zoo. And of course I printed a ton, and it ended up being the weather was horrible. There wasn't super busy at the zoo. The kids ended up getting a ton of candy because most of the booths were handing out a lot of extra towards the end because they wanted to get rid of it. But I had those extra. Plus, then I always do for like trick or treat. I do. This isn't Polymaker. Maybe eventually, but this is Starlight. So I did like dragons and axolotls and what else did I do? Had some penguins. That was for the zoo also. Penguins. Most of those are gone because usually the kids always want to pick out the dragons and the axolotls. But I don't even know what else. What else did I do? Oh, I did sharks. I think most of the sharks are gone. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, this is like packed full of flexies. Still have some. I think there's some other trick or treats that I'll probably go. Nora took it to her Halloween themed dance practice tonight or earlier today, and handed them out to kids there. So yeah, so that's what I was encouraged. If you got the extra filament, if you got the time, your printers aren't doing anything, they don't have to be multicolor either. You can just print them solid color and hand them out. Kids, I mean, they absolutely loved them. And then even the adults like, oh hey, can I get another one for? We got another kid over here. I'm like, oh, I sorry, didn't see it. Yeah, so free samples. I hand out a business card with every single flexi. you ever hear 3D printing? I got a company you should buy from. I stamp a QR code on their hand. And when the parents get home, they see it and they're like, well, it's scan. Oh, hey, 15% off my first order. Polymaker, what? So yeah, that's what I printed. Like I said, the pop figure was one thing, just a kind of fun messing with. But the flexies, it doesn't even have to be flexies. It can be anything. For me, I like the flexies. They're fun to mess with, and even adults like them. I gave a handful of adults some, so it always gets the conversation too. I talked about this in the hangout. Was one lady's like, "Oh, these are 3D printers." She's like, "Oh, so you probably have a couple printers?" Like, well, a couple, yeah. He's like, "Oh, it's like 4 or 5." I'm like, well, yeah. And I just left it at that. Like, I'm not the type to like flex when people are like, "Oh, I got 8 million printers." But it was like, I've got enough. I've got enough to print some fun stuff, and it's always worth it. Even though just one kid. Probably the memory for trick or treat was Nora seeing a girl walking probably like 15 feet in front of us, and from behind you could easily tell she was dressed up as an axolotl, a pink axolotl. And just so happened the axolotls I had were pink. Actually, it was their dual matte flamingo. With a magenta spine and then black eyes. And she wanted to go give her one, so she got one out of my bag, ran up to her, and of course we always teach them, they'll ask the parent if the kid's allowed to have a toy, and then gave it to her, and she was just super excited. I don't know who was excited more, the girl to receive it or Nora to be able to give it to her. Let's see here. Still awesome. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I did. I talked about AI. That's what I did do. You're right. Yeah. See, my memory's shot. I have that same hat. FYI, made it easy to get since I work for a roofing company that has its own. Well, there you go. Yeah. See, it's just not so easy for me. This was Raising Bar Designs. If you look them up, he can't make this one for you because it's licensed, but it makes really good hat. I mean, it's quality. Some lights, lamps with a few Polymaker translucents, blue, yellow, and I need more. Always need more. Philinix, that is Zal 3D's Hippo. I think. Almost positive it's Zal 3D. Most of those are. I think the only one, like Red Panda, was a different one. I think that was it. I think the rest of them were Zal. Yeah. Tank. It's great to give back. It's probably the best part of being 100%. Like I said, I love making cool things, having around here, but then they sit around here. I mean, it's cool. I love that. I love the reference. Somebody sees it when they come over. Majority do not know who Chit is. So I need to find new friends, but they see the helmet though. And then even if they don't know what it is, like, that's amazing. Yep. So Philinix, yeah. So again, Zal 3D. I think Patreon. I think they might sell them in one of the repositories. I'm not really sure. I've been on the Patreon forever. I'm getting everything I have printed that I don't need to trick or treat. My friend gets 1,000 plus kids. They even take test prints of zombie. Hey, whatever works, right? Put a QR code on every flexi. Yeah, like I said, it would probably actually create some customers, but it's one of those things. It's a give back, and I've got endless access to filament, and if my printers aren't printing something, it's not really costing me anything to throw a handful of spools on there and print away. Worth it. Even if I had to pay for the filament, it'd still be worth it. Nora, absolute legend. Nora is a legend. She is a handful and a legend. Passed out Nano Skelly Dragons on Sunday. Yep. Okay, so yeah, so I wasn't the only weird city that did trick or treat on a Sunday. Most of them were Thursday around here. It's a Darth Vader helmet, right? Yes, SB Creations, exactly. You want to understand what that is. I'd explain it to you, but you'd have no clue. I don't know Chit, not even SNL. Is that Will Forte? Yeah, well, Will Forte is not. He's only in like one episode or two episodes, I think. Which I gotta look at my time too. Okay, 8:48. Doing LM show Christmas prints now. Polymaker translucent rainbow. Yes, I agree. First thing I printed in the translucent rainbow was a giant, like full scale or well, a max scaled pavo. So one of these guys, but like this big on the Cobra 3 Max. And then a lovely lady took him home from Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival at the end of the event. And she has given him love and care since then. Problem is I see her screen name in different places. I don't even remember her real name. It was her and her husband. I think Sack of Potatoes, something like that. But awesome people. And she was lovely. Like I said, I knew it was going to a good home. Thank you again for the raid last week. Met some cool new people. Oh, sir, absolutely. So a lot of times, I mean, we have partners we do like to raid into. We typically try to do 3D printing, but it's not a requirement. We just like makers. We like to support other makers and what you do. And maybe, like you said, you introduce some new cool people. Maybe you never thought about 3D printing and you're interested. Now you know a community that can be more than willing to help you for nothing. Or maybe you 3D printed, had bad experience. We can help you have a better one. Or you already 3D print and then you can just, you can help out or get even further help if you're printing stuff. So, no, I'm appreciate you stopping by and saying hello. Unreal Life, all my friends call me Tink when I say my nobody calls me Nicor. I've told this story before and I'll say it again real quick, is when I started with Polymaker, Nick was so used to, we always just talk to each other through Discord, so it was always just Nicor. He knew what my name was, but it's Nicor, just like SB Creations. I call him Silverback. I know what his real name is, but I call him Silverback. Pezliz, I know her name. It varies, but more often than not, it's Pezliz or Pez. Zombie, Austin, I call him Zombie. It's funny how they stick. And it was funny because for the first several months, any meetings, especially the initial meetings, like as he's introducing me to people in the team, this is Nicor, this is Joel. It's a weird name. It's Joel. It's like, how is Joel more weird than Nicor? But then it's funny because even in calls, I always have I'm not often wearing headsets. I just have the voice to the speakers. My wife would, walk in and me and Nick would be talking. And often she'd be like, does he really call you Nicor all the time? He doesn't anymore. He does call me Joel now, but it took him a while to wean himself off the Nicor to Joel thing. It was quite funny. I'll call you Nicor in person. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not against it. It's a screen name. The plus side is Nicor is so uncommon. It's not like a variation of 10 different screen names. If I hear somebody anywhere, even if I was in the middle of Walmart and somebody's like, hey, Nicor, I'm going to turn around. Is that me? Like, what are they talking about? Sometimes, especially on my Twitter, I do get confused for a European band. I think a electric metal band or something. That's Nicor. Yeah, I had the name first. It's when they started becoming popular many years ago. I started getting all these follows and people messaging me, love your music. Like, I don't make music. Crazy people. The one over at the all you can eat buffet. Yeah, wait, what's the question? I call him that weirdo over there. That's fair too. I might not respond to that because, I want to know which weirdo you're talking about. And I'm often around a lot of weirdos like Liz and Austin and Kevin and Silverback and Tech Cheaper's been around. Thank you, Pezlis. Yeah, that's as I was looking. So we will do a drawing here momentarily. So be ready for that. Nightcore, it was a genre of music. Yeah, see, I don't have the T in mind, but I still got a ton of messages and follows and people posting and tagging me. Like, stop it. Like, I'm not that person. Or I guess I'm not that genre of music. So yeah, so real quick, I'll do one last push to remind you. Type in I am awesome in the chat for a chance to win some filament. And we'll do that drawing here momentarily. Joel, yeah, I pinned myself as the guy with watering Uncrustables at my very first rep where I was assisting Polymaker, and that was 2023 Murph, and then it stuck. I think I've only missed like two events where I didn't provide it. One or two, I don't remember exactly. I think actually one of the first ones was 3D Printopia, the very first official rep where I was, you know, with Polymaker, part of Polymaker, and that was just because that was so busy. Still have not tried Uncrustables. Who are you? I am awesomely impressed with the new Pet G. There you go. Pesla's also, I think you also were one that never really printed with Pet G either, right? And so far, good experience. If you guys know Pesla, she's honest. If she doesn't have a good experience, she might be very polite about it, but she's gonna let you know, like, I mean, it's not the worst filament I ever printed with. So she says it's good. Again, I trust her. And that might be biased because, you know, we do many things together, but still. Oh, they were all going to Murph. Yeah, fair. Well, Adepticon. I know Pesla's won't be there. Silverback? Well, we'll see. All right, I'm getting lined up now to do a raid out just so I don't miss this call. Okay, I need to update my payment method. I had Twitch Turbo, so I don't have to always see the ads, and it kept coming up as fraud on my card. I'm getting through my great pile of shame. Oh, the PLA Polymax. I think you started printing with Polymax, right? Silverback? SP Creations? You're still Silverback. I don't care. No, put this in there. Okay, so yeah, so I'll get that in there. Let's go over to giveaway. Boom. Wait. Oh, did I not rerun the broadcast? Oh well, you're not gonna see me. This is the Halloween version. Spooky Joel. I'm a ghost. You can only hear me. You can see me. Ooh. Ready? Ooh. Oh, nope. Hold on. It didn't work. And we are going to do. This will be worth it. Just trust me. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Scary giveaway. I'm a child. Okay, get those in there. I am awesome. We're going to do that drawing shortly, and then we're going to set up a raid, so stay tuned for that. Let me switch over to Twitch. Welcome in, Dreaming 3D Color. I switched over to Twitch. I seen that. You are awesome, and thanks for stopping by the stream. This is your friendly neighborhood ghost, Joel. That's why you can't see me, but I am here. And we'll get that set up. We're going to raid out to, after this drawing, I'll say my goodbyes. I'm my love yous. I'll blow you all kisses. And then we'll raid out to Big Jano, who is working on Project Gingerbread 2025. Good guy. Great community member, and just all around good energy, fun energy. So we're going to show him some love after this drawing. So stay tuned. We're going to draw, and I'll get right back to you. Winner, chicken dinner. Who is going to be the one to win the beautiful prize of a filament spool? Maker Viking, congratulations. You won a spool of Polymaker filament. I think you know how to reach out to me, so I'm not even going to give you that spiel. I'm just going to go back to standard scene. And tell you guys again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for the support that you always give all of the streams, whether it's Greg, me, Tiffany, whatever you can fit in there, Meet the Polymaker, or even Sean on the feedback hour. We appreciate you all coming. Bring more people in. We love to have everybody in here. More chances to give filament to new people that have never tried it, or maybe get them introduced into 3D printing one way or another in a fun way. Next week we'll have a little bit more less rush. There's my call starting already. 2 minutes early, come on. But thank you all, as always. Stop back this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard for a Halloween version. It's not going to really be that themed. It's just going to be on Halloween, and it's Meet the Polymaker. So catch you guys then. Thank you all for the support. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you in the next one. Outro.